William Hill Vegas sponsors Frampton versus Quigg on Sky Sports Box Office.
Radio Rahim here at Manchester Arena. We are on the eve of CARL FRAMPTON versus Scott Quigg. You've got so little time left to place your bets, and we've got the man here, Joe Crilly, to let you know exactly where to put your last dime. Joe, first of all, let's talk about how much money this fight's taking and how many people are laying money down on these fights.
Well, it's an absolutely huge fight, all British fight, and we're expecting around about £5 million to be wagered on this fight alone. You've obviously got the undercard as well, so we're expecting quite a bit of money to be spent on Saturday night.
Now, how much of that money would you say is based on people betting with their hearts? You got the Ireland and British rivalry. Are people just putting their pounds down for the countrymen?
Yeah, so Frampton's actually, he's a slight favourite and he's attracted more money. He's attracted around about 50% of all bets. But Quigg, he's probably around 42 and 8% on the draw. But interestingly enough, in Northern Ireland, we've only actually taken 3 bets on Scott Quigg. So of everybody living in Northern Ireland who's placed a bet, just 3 of them have bet Scott Quigg.
Now, from the time the fight was announced to today, which is on the eve of the fight happens within 24 hours, have the odds changed? Have they moved?
Very slightly. We've always had Frampton as favourite. He's shortened ever so slightly. He's 8-13 now from 8-11, and you've got Quigg. He's 11-8 and the tie 20-1. But in such a tight fight, you'd have to put a pound on the draw. It could go either way. You can tell by the amount of money that's been staked on both fighters. You can tell that the odds are both pretty short on both fighters. So the 20-1 actually looks like quite an attractive price.
20-1 for the draw,
yeah.
But that's because it seems so unlikely, right? What about the knockout? What's the odds on that?
So
either way,
you've got 4-1 on Frampton, and you've got 13-5 on Quigg. So it's looking unlikely. It's looking like it's going to go the distance, and if it does, 20-1 again on the draw. Got to point you in that direction.
Right, because, the analysis as far as sportscasters go, they feel like Frampton is probably the better boxer and can take it 12 rounds, but Quigg's best shot is the big punch. So if it goes 12 rounds, it's best to bet on Frampton. But if you're betting on the knockout, are you betting on Quigg?
Yeah. It's a shorter price for Quigg to get the knockout than it is for Frampton to win on the knockout. So it's kind of strange. The shortest price that we've actually got is Frampton to win on points at 6-4 in the method of victory. But on the knockout prices, we've actually got Quigg to win shorter price.
Now, are there any sleepers on the undercard? Because once the main event got weighed in here, there were still a lot of people in these stands. So are there any fights down the register there that people should pay attention to?
Well, they're all quite one-sided. We've got a lot of 1-100 shots, 1-20 shots. I actually quite like the look of Ryan Burnett. I quite fancy him to do quite well. He's quite a popular fighter on these shores, so it might be worth looking at him.
There you have it. You have absolutely no excuse now to be broke on Sunday. This man has just told you where to put your last dime. If you show up on Sunday broke, then you know you didn't watch this broadcast, and it's on you. This is Radio Rahim with Joe Crilly. Sky Sports is going to show this fight on Saturday night. Don't miss it. It's CARL FRAMPTON versus Scott Quigg, William Hill Vegas. You've got all the odds you need. May the odds forever be in your favor.
William Hill Vegas sponsors Frampton versus Quigg on Sky Sports Box Office.